Hey guys, so I'm here with John O'Bird. It's been an interview that I've been wanting to do for quite some time now. It's difficult to hunt this man down. When he's not traveling, he's always training, so it's quite difficult. But I'm here with Jono. Jono, let's start off with how you were introduced to cricket and why you chose cricket as a career path.
I think I got into cricket from my dad actually. My dad played a lot of club cricket, and from a very young age, I think every weekend I'll go watch him play at Pioneers Cricket Club. I think from the age of even like 3 or 4, I'd go watch him every weekend, and I loved watching him play. I think that kind of got me into the game.
Are there any stories? Because normally, fathers normally tell their sons a lot of stories about their time. Is there any funny story that you can tell me about his playing days that he told you about?
I remember he told me he hit a bowler actually into the BP, so that's probably about a 120-meter shot, which I kind of I remember from, yeah.
Yes. Oh, you've obviously taken some of that strength into your own gameplay. People will suggest that you are a big hitter, but I've seen a little bit more of that in you. When I watched you at the last Kai Majola week, I like the way you measure your innings and you actually know how to switch. Is that something that you work on specifically, of how to switch the momentum from going to attacking brand of cricket to a more anchoring in innings?
I think back in the day, I definitely was kind of more like a hit the boundary or dot it up, and I've worked into my game kind of looking to rotate the strike a lot more. My one game is a lot better. I've been working on that week in, week out, and I think we've improved my game on the whole.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, Bishops, you over here. I mean, me being a Rondebosch boy, it's quite a rivalry. But I want to know about what Bishops has done for you as a cricketer.
I think, yeah, from a very young age, they've worked me hard. I've done a lot of cricket through from grade 3 up until now. I've played all my games. I've been playing at the Frank Reed from grade 8, and yeah.
So, this Kai Majola week, the last one, you started off well, scoring a century, and then you kind of struggled for runs until the end. You missed a few games. What was tough about this Kai Majola week for you?
I think everyone kind of gunned my wicket. They really wanted my wicket. I didn't make it more tough, but I think it got to my head a little bit more than it should have. But yeah, I got that 100 on day one, and then from there I got a 30 every now and then, but couldn't keep going.
Yeah.
And my form went down a little bit from then, but it happens.
Yeah. So, for advice for other young cricketers, how do you get back into that switch? I mean, you're going through a dip of form. How do you come back and get your mentality back to how it should be?
I think you've got to back your ability. You've got to back what you're good at. If you kind of think, okay, I've got to change my game and change how my technique is and whatever, then you won't keep performing. So what I do is I kind of think back on when I was performing, and I think, okay, let me go back to that and play like that.
Cool. So obviously, under 19 followed. You had a great series. Now I know you guys lost 7-0 against a strong Pakistan team. What went wrong for you guys in that series? Let's just talk about the team as a whole, and then we can go into your individual.
I think they were a very strong team. They had come from a month-long tour from Sri Lanka, where we had come from nothing. We kind of came a week before the tour, trained a bit, but they came from a month-long tour. So they had the game time together, and I think we were outplayed both with bat and ball, and we couldn't quite get it right in the day.
Yeah. And for you, you stood out in the series. I mean, I got a lot of comments on one of the pieces that I wrote because I said top 3 youngsters and you were one of them of the series, and people were like, but how can you pick someone out of a series where you lost 7-0? But what they don't realize is that the fact that you lost 7-0 and you stood out like you did as a top run scorer, that means a lot. So for you as your personal game, how did you remain focused even though your team was losing around you?
I think it was quite tough in a few games. So I found we were about 100 for like 5 down, and we needed like 300 to win. And I kind of thought, okay, let me try bat deep. And unfortunately, no one could kind of bat with me in those games. But I kind of kept on playing to how I play, and the runs came with that.
Yeah. Can you give me some coaches that maybe gave you some good advice? Some coaches that maybe have made a major influence in your career so far?
Gio, who works at Western Province Cricket Club, has actually been my coach for about 10 to 12 years, I think. We've been working very hard. We work throughout the year, even when I'm playing rugby. He's helped me throughout my career when I've gone through tough times, when I've gone through good times. We've been together. And then Neil Carter, I think, at Bishops, he's helped me a lot. And then, yeah.
And with regards to your the rest of your career, everybody says they want to play for the Proteas. That's an obvious answer. Is that the same dream for you, or do you have something a little bit more different up your sleeve?
No, I would love to play for my country. I mean, playing for the Proteas would be a dream come true. I've played under 19. I can imagine how good it would feel to play for the main team. But I mean, yeah, that's my ultimate goal, to play for the Proteas.
And with regards to a player that you looked up to, maybe a Proteas player or overseas player, can you maybe tell me a few of them that you look up to?
I mean, I love watching Virat Kohli and AB batting, but from a very young age, I loved watching Chris Gayle. I kind of batted a bit like him. I kind of, like every morning I'd watch him, and my game kind of evolved around that, but I've changed it, but I mean, I love watching him bat.
Now let's move to some off the field activities. What are some of the things that you like to do in your off time? We know that being a cricketer, it's a hectic schedule, but what are some of the things that you like to do in your off time?
When I do get off time, I kind of get completely away from the game. I love to go fishing. My dad and I, we go fishing everywhere, and then chilling with my friends. I mean, I could do that all the time when I'm off time.
Yeah, and maybe can you name some of the fish that you've caught or some of the sizes that you've caught?
I mean, my dad and I, we've been to Namibia. We've caught a lot of cob. We go to the Breede. We go deep sea fishing. So a variety, yeah.
Cool. So, with regards to superstitions that you have, are you a very superstitious person before you get onto the field?
Not really. I mean, every now and then if I make a big ton or whatever with one bat, and I've got 2 match backs, I kind of be like, okay, I'm batting with that bat today because I made 100 with it like a week ago, but nothing too hectic.
So immediate goals. We know that East Under 19. With regards to franchise, have you been offered any franchise contracts? Are you going to play for your province first? Or what is it? What is the road for you?
I haven't been offered a contract at the moment, but yeah, I'd like to keep playing amateur cricket and then hopefully get a franchise cricket in the future.
Cool. Thanks, Jono, and I hope you have a successful career going forward.
Thank you very much.